Alright, 69-second summary for the new Journey Together Wailord deck that I held off playing for a month because any Baxcalibur variant is struggling right now, but I've run out of ideas, so here we are about to have a whale of a time. Wailord has two things going for it. First, with 6 water energy attached, it's dealing 310 damage. Unfortunately, that's just short of a KO on Dragapult, but it does beat off a Gardevoir. Second, it's thick with 3 Cs. Without any modifiers, it's a single prize stage 1 with 240 hit points. That's almost as much as Golden Go EX. But attach a Luxurious Cape, now it's at 340 HP. Yeah, it gives up an extra prize card, but you're almost guaranteed to survive a hit now. Plus, Reversal Energy offers up an easy 3 extra water to boost Wailord's attack. And because you run Baxcalibur, Regigigas becomes a great backup attacker to deal with Dragapult. Now let's get to the bad. Baxcalibur, sadly, is in a rough spot. Losing Babarrel and Radiant Greninja really hurts, and so does the rise of Budew. You basically have to go second, run Arven and TM Evolution, and hope your Arctibax survives long enough to become a Baxcalibur. There's also not much room for whacking off. Wailord is Wailord. As you can see from the list, Gust cards are non-existent because space is tight. I originally had a 2/2 Revavroom, but you really only need one the entire game. Obviously, prizing Varoom is an issue, but it's much, much worse to prize your Frigibax. So I pulled the Pilot's card and made a judgment call. And it's not the only thing I pulled. I think this is a pretty damn good start. All right, let's just see who we prize. I know, trust your pilot checking his prizes. Is he feeling okay? So we have to go get, I think, a Frigibax. We don't need Regigigas in this matchup, so I think we just go Frigibax, Varoom, double. I mean, we have 2 Arctibax. Yeah, I think this is the right call. Right, then we just put a Luxurious Cape. We might be able... Okay, I was like, did we just prize a ton of energy? No, it's all in my hand. So I think this is the greatest way to go. We didn't prize anything too meaningful. So we'll go attach to the active. At worst, we can always just, you know, call collect. Right, we just draw a card, which makes this the superior Frigibax. Hey, see? Oh, crap, we prized the Arctibax. Okay, or we got the Arctibax. That's okay. All right, so we go TM Evolution. I believe we go... for Arctibax Revavroom. What's the hand looking like? Yeah, Arctibax Revavroom. And then this way we can potentially just do all the crazy things next turn. So most likely the active Frigibax is about to get bodied here. Right, all they need to do, they could just attach to the Relicanth, which I think it's crazy that the Relicanth has a 1 retreat cost. Right, that just seems weird. You know, it's clearly a support Pokemon. Sometimes, usually cards like these have a 2 retreat cost, so I do think it's a little weird. And Blucosa, there we go. What do you mean you wanted? This is jank. This is Wailord. How is Wailord not jank? I've been holding off for a month. I featured this in my Road Decks video like 2 months ago. And then I was just like, you know what? Baxcalibur is not it right now. Baxcalibur is in a horrible place. I really can't put myself through that. Like, I do have a limit, right? There's a limit to how much jank I can put myself through. Wailord's too meta. Well, when the ladder resets, that's like the perfect time to strike. Okay, I think that's fine, because that was kind of a bad hand. Obviously, we'll somehow get a worse hand. Or we'll get the greatest hand possible. Get Rexation player. But yeah, like, I do have my limits. I know I've whacked off really hard over the past month, but like, Wailord, I didn't believe. You know, I have to be in the right mind space to play Wailord. Yeah, there is a limit. We just haven't found it yet. Oh, I have some crazy decks lined up for May. Because remember, we got like 4 weeks between... We have over 4 weeks between now and Destined Rivals, and I'm not playing TCG Pocket anymore. I made a executive decision. There's going to be no TCG... Did they just go for my Wailmer? Did you just try to destroy my Wailmer? All right, so this is interesting. I think we just hedge our butts here. We're not even halfway to Destined Rivals. Yeah, and then don't forget we're getting another set in, what is it, July 18th? That's the black and white set. All right, so we're going to put the Fezandipiti down. Now the question becomes... I mean, we have 1 energy in there. I think it's attached to the active. I couldn't shuffle the deck, right? There was no way to shuffle my deck. I think we just try to go for it, and if we don't, we just, you know, spend a turn doing some things. Okay, well, that went terribly. I mean, yeah, this is fine, because if we get a Baxcalibur, that's totally... if we get a Baxcalibur, that's totally fine. It doesn't matter. All right, I mean, I think Artazon... Actually, hang on. They don't have a Duraludon, so I think we don't do anything, right? It's like, oh, we could bump the Postwick, but I think bumping the Postwick with Artazon actually behooves them more. Rod shuffles, yeah, but I didn't want to play with my Rod for, what, a Frigibax and a Water Energy, especially when I don't need the Frigibax. So, yeah, believe it or not, those are the kinds of pro-level plays you've come to expect from me. Is when you keep a Postwick in play, when your opponent's already doing 120, to prevent them from getting a Duraludon. Because, you know, obviously the Relicanth is a bit of a dead giveaway. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Maybe we wish we had that Frigibax back. You know, you can't expect them to have... You know, I always like it when people have fully blinged out decks, but then some of the cards aren't blinged out. It's like, what, you couldn't afford the energy? Okay, so we're gonna go up with this guy because I'm an idiot. Yes, we go up with the... Hang on, we have the Fezandipiti. No, I think because we have the Fezandipiti, I can't risk it. All right, so there's some balls to play with. That's always fun. We don't need the Regigigas in this matchup, so I think it's just an immediate Fezandipiti. I think that's the safest play. Yeah, we got the Baxcalibur. Okay, so I think we are in very good spots right now. We go Arven. We play with our... Now is the time we play with our Rod. Or not. We need an Earthen Vessel. Never mind. I take that back. We need the energy more than anything. All right, so we go Earthen Vessel away the Gigas. Yeah, it took us a second, but we finally got there. And then... Yeah, I think we have to Night Stretcher for the Frigibax just because, you know, just because if they have another boss's hors d'oeuvres knockout, then we're super screwed. All right, and this is where Wailord is just an absolute tank. Okay, well, don't look at that. This is where Wailord's an absolute beast of a tank of a... Actually, don't look at that. All right, let's go... We have a Baxcalibur in the bin. There's nothing really to do right now, right? The Revavroom would get me... Yeah, so we're just going to take the knockout with Hydro Pump. Always play with your Rod even when you don't need it. Yeah, there's Luxurious Cape. It's on the other one. It's just I didn't want to risk giving up a prize card here. Or sorry, giving up 2 prizes. Just because I didn't want them to go Wailord KO, Fezandipiti KO for game. So it's like, they can't one-shot a Wailord. We're tied on prizes, so Countercatcher isn't a thing. So, like, there's nothing they can do to knock out this Wailord or this Wailord, but they could set up this Wailord for a KO. And I didn't want to risk anything. Actually, maybe I overthunk it, but we can always just retreat the active. And Boshi, I'm edging myself. You know, we played Cerule Edge yesterday, so I'm Cerule edging myself. And Navastri, no, Badu will never be banned. If anything, what they'll do is they'll print, like, they'll just print a new basic that is like, you know, if you go second, or if you go first, on your first turn, you can use this attack. Your opponent, you know, can't use free attacks next turn, or your opponent's attack costs an extra energy. Xenolith, I thought about Heavy Baton, but I think between Superior Energy Retrieval and Luxurious Cape, it doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, so we're taking the knockout, which isn't necessarily the best thing in the world. I think we go... Okay, so we're gonna need a bunch of energy. I think what I do is... Actually... Hang on, this is a pro level play we're about to do here. I think I put the Luxurious Cape on the active. I know what I'm doing, okay? I know this seems crazy, but trust your pilot knows what he's doing. Yeah, I think we just need something, right? Because we have cards that can attack turn 1, like Bombardier and the Illumise. or whatever. They allow you to do the things. So, like, we have cards that can attack turn 1, so maybe we get a new baby Pokemon that says, you know, during your opponent's next... Are you freaking kidding me with this crap? Yeah, okay. So... this is what I wanted to avoid. This was the situation that we wanted to avoid. Unfortunately, there's no Gust cards in the deck, which is really not good. Okay, so... we have to take a knockout with the dude in the active, but we have to retreat. Okay, so this was kind of what I was building towards. I didn't think they were going to knock out the Fezandipiti. All right, then we go... okay, so it's going to be a retreat off of 4. We actually only need to attach 1 to this guy, but that's okay. Then we go... so actually, no, because you're only doing 100. If you were doing 110, you'd probably attack. But you're only doing a hundo. Okay, so we don't get 4. You do have to be very cognizant of your energy here. And then I think we just overload it, right? Because we're going to put them down to 2 cards. They don't have anyone who can get them anything. Is there any basics left? There is a Wailmer. I mean, I'm not really worried about them bringing up the Wailmer. Triple. I've been somewhat disappointed by Superior Energy Retrieval. Like, Max Rod is in a different list that I have, and like Max Rod seems really good. All right, so then we just go Iono. Playing it with Lapras? You're a crazy person. Okay, how much we doing? We're doing 360. Oh no, we're not doing 360. I mean, because I have so many, I think we burn it here. Yeah, see, I think this is the correct play. I think we just save everything. We're gonna go down to 2, but they're either gonna win the game next turn because they got everything they needed. But believe it or not, I don't think they can knock out the Wailord. Right? I don't think they can knock out the Wailord. Oh, right. They can knock it out with Zacian. Damn it. I was looking at the Archaludon and be like, hey, Archaludon actually can't take a KO. So they're doing 300, so they have basically a perfect KO. They just need Hop's Choice Band and Archaludon, so it's Ultra Ball, Choice Band. We literally gave them the perfect hand off of an Iono to 2. Oh, wait, so they have to go for Pheasant. So they don't have an Ultra Ball, so they have to go for Fezandipiti? Okay. Wait, why did it... that was weird. Has it always done that? Don't tell me they just got it like that. Come on. Okay, they still need... oh my god! Oh, we put them down to 2. I've been Iono to 6, and we get nothing. Iono is absolutely a lie. I played that game perfectly. They got literally every card they could have possibly wanted. They had boss's orders on every turn. That is... I'm starting to think that Wailord is cursed, because that was not all right. You know, that was the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of PTCGL. After a mere 10 minutes of doing nothing, we're finally playing Pokemon cards, everybody. It's time to freak out. We're playing Pokemon cards. I think we just retreat into the Wailord, and then we still don't have access to our items. I could knock out the Fezandipiti, which actually might not be the dumbest thing in the world, because that's kind of like their entire game plan right now. So yeah, let's do that. But actually, maybe this was a bad idea, because they're just going to item lock me for a million turns again. I meant to go 3 and 5. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because now this means we're just going to be stuck here for... oh, wait, they're going for a Frost Bullet. Okay. That's great. I have my items. They were sure about this move too. It wasn't like, oh, let me think about this. It was, no, we're going for it. And what do people What do people ask when you go to a dinner party and you start becoming belligerent? You classy? The answer is I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce that word. Euclase? Like ukulele, Euclase, Euclass, Euclassy? All right, so they're gonna knock out the Cleffa. The Wailord is surviving with quite a bit of. Why wouldn't you go for the Cleffa? Honestly, who wouldn't go for the Cleffa there? All right, well, let's beat the bot. Let's smash the bot in two. Can I actually knock this dude out? We have 2 water in the discard pile. I think we go Arven for Earthen. Euclase. Like the closer for Cleveland. Manual Class A. All right, so we go Superior Energy Retrieval. We get rid of Buddy-Buddy Poffin and Regigigas. Unfortunately, this Wailord's about to take a bunch of damage to the face. Hang on, can I? We can do this. We can do this. I was really worried. We're probably gonna lose the Wailord to a Baduke. Oh my god. Come on, PDC. I have to reactivate it every time. Oh my god, this game is horrible. I have to reactivate Baxcalibur's ability every single time. This, oh man, this is such a well-made game, isn't it? Isn't PDCGL a well-made game? You know, you thought Gardevoir was bad. And Lucas, welcome in. You've tuned in at the perfect time. We're about to witness the worst thing that's ever happened. All right, so I'm down, I think, 2 superiors, but we have Lana, so we should be okay. And then, yeah, we're taking a KO, which is good. I believe, yeah, we're just gonna go for the knockout, and then we don't need too much to win the game, right? Like, typically, Gengar's best matchup is going to be Baxcalibur, but not when it's a single prize Baxcalibur with a freaking 340 hit point Wailord. So they're going to go for the Badoo KO, 100%. Now, the way that we win this is if we don't lose. So I think the best course of action, my god, quadruple Iono. I think the best course of action is... Actually, I don't actually know. Believe it or not, this Badoo is actually a bit of a problem. Believe it or not, this Badoo is going to be a slight issue. Okay. Yeah, I guess I use Regigigas here? Oh, man. Because we can't get our energy. We have to use Lana's aid to get our energy back. We have I'm pretty sure we have a Wailmer, right? We don't. We are not doing great right now. Okay. You want me to attack with Baxcalibur? But I can't lose the Baxcalibur. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that is the play. Maybe that is the play here. We go 1, 2, and then get the Wailmer. But then I don't have a Baxcalibur for next turn because we're down. And Deadhead, I feel like I shouldn't be trusting you right now. I feel like you're leading me astray. So we're going to attack with the Wailmer because I'm not an idiot. We're going to attack with the Wailmer because I'm not dumb. Okay, I think this is the correct... Oh, God, we got to sit through this crap again. This crap again. Okay, yep, here we go. One more time. Like, remember, people were paid to make this game. Don't forget that. People made money. I mean, they were paid like in Cheeto dust or something, like whatever they found in the couch cushions. But people were paid to make this game, and they literally had a blueprint. Like, they literally had a freaking blueprint on how to make a successful Pokemon. They had 2 blueprints. They had the Game Boy game and PDCGO. They could have looked at every other card game on the market, and they just said, nah, we got this. Direwolf, more like Crappy Wolf, more like Steppenwolf, the villain from the Justice League movie who got really cool in the Snyder Cut. And Xenolith, oh, the Vaporeon plushie doesn't ship until this summer. So even if you order, you know, one for every day of the week, you still got to wait a long time. But I think that was the correct call, right? Even if they Iono me to 1, well, actually, that'd be horrible. But even if they okay. It needs to be exactly 6. So it's literally just worse than King Gambit. Like, would you rather put 3 energy on a 2-prize Glaceon or 1 energy on a King Gambit, and King Gambit doesn't have to be exact and it's only 4? It's just so sad. Okay, so let's go. Oh, God. Okay, please concede. Please concede the game. Please. Please do not put us through this. Please, Luigi. Live up to your name and be ultimate. No, there's no such thing as programmer humor. Programmers are antisocial and have no life. Luigi. Please, Luigi. I have... Luigi, be cool, Luigi. Oh, man. You're allowed to concede. This is one instance where somebody who had... No, like, this is one time where you're allowed to be shellfish. You're allowed to be a cloister here. You're allowed to be shellfish. Please, Luigi. I'm in the middle of retreating and the game is broken. All right, 310. So, you know, I feel like if you ever think, oh, Pilot just complains about TCG Live way too much, well, rewatch that game, right? I cut out the first 10 minutes because it was just them Badooing me. They used Badoo, I think, for 8 turns in a row, and I didn't have any, you know, usually I have my expert commentary, but for those 8 turns, you know, I was a little... I wasn't a commentary lord. I don't know. I'm sorry. Whenever your opponent flips over any ends cards, any of the ends cards, you're like, yes, I'm excited about this. All right, so we're not going to take any chances here. I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. They could just win the game, which is kind of funny. So maybe, nah, we're gonna get something, right? We're gonna see 6 brand new cards. There's no way that they're going to go Darmanitan, Ends Castle, Ends PP up, and we're not going to get any base. Oh, hello. Okay, so we go this guy, this guy. The question is, no, because I'm going to have to thin too many things out of my hand here. So we need our top deck plus our collect. I mean, things could get very sketchy here. If they do go turn to Darman... Oh, crap. Oh, no. There's no way. There's absolutely no shot. They're putting a Power Glass on the Zorua. That means they don't got it. Okay. As long as they don't have Ends Castle. Maybe they're just going for a TM Evolution this turn. Just go Earthen Vessel, TM Evolution, and everyone is happy. Happy as a clam. Burglar. Okay, just prep for next turn, buddy. Just, you know, next, and nothing bad will happen next turn. Hi, oh no. Oh no. the one person playing the Hyper Aroma build. Uh-oh. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Everything's great. Everything is going great. They still need Ends Castle, Ends PP up, and an attachment. If they trade an energy here, that's really bad for us. Don't trade an energy. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay. They still need Ends PP up and another energy and an Ends Castle. It's not going to... Oh, no. Oh, no, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. And then they have the Power Glass, but they still need a switch card and another energy. Wait, did they... Wait, they got... Oh, did they prize an End Zoroark? Wait, did they prize 2 End Zoroark? Wait, what? I'm super confused right now. Okay. Did they... Oh my God. I was so scared there for a second. Then I remembered, oh, right, we're facing End Zoroark. Okay, so... What is the strat here? I think we just go Ultra Ball. Oh God, double Wailmer. That doesn't seem good. I think I'm gonna be risky and get rid of the Rare Candy because I believe in the deck. Okay, because do we have another Rare Candy? We do. See, we're totally fine. We're chilling. Straight chilling. All right, so we're going to put the other Wailmer down. We can always collect because we're just going to be fine. We're going to get a TM evolution here. Okay, we got an Arctibax. That's cool. Let's go Poffin for the other. Oh, see? And Zoroark is such a trash deck, isn't it? It's the worst deck ever made. So let's go Arven for TM evolution. And then next turn we Iono. So let's go Arven for TM evolution and I guess Rare Candy. No, TM evolution for I don't even know. This is a tough one because my balls are in their court right now. I think I do get a Baxcalibur though, right? I think the play is going for a Baxcalibur off of this. Because we don't have an Arctibax. I think we just go Wailord, Baxcalibur. We have another Baxcalibur in the deck. We have a Rare Candy in the deck. So I think this is the smart call. Right? Because the only double KO that they can take this turn is on both of my Frigibax. And yes, that'd be very, very bad. But I can one-shot their Zoroark, and they have to two-shot my Wailord. Even without Gust. And, you know, as long as I just make sure that I'm paying attention to how much energy is in my discard pile. Because don't forget about Backdraft, which is a synonym for a fart, I guess. They're like, hey, what's a classy word for a fart? Backdraft. So I think they're going to take the bait because they're like, oh, I can knock out double Frigibax. When's that ever a bad thing? Oh, they're just going to go for my Baxcalibur then? Okay, yeah, I kind of assumed this might happen. All right, so I have to do some things here, which I maybe don't want to do. We're going to need a Baxcalibur. I think I have... Oh, man, I can't really Superior, though. So then Okay, so they knocked out the Baxcalibur. They got the play that I was really afraid of, which is why I thought, oh, yeah, maybe we go for Rare Candy. But I'm like, oh, they're not going to do that. Okay, so we have to go Ultra Ball away, the Wellspring Mask, and the Wailord. We go get Fezandipiti. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. And then we go for Iono. That's fine. All right, we have a very easy way of winning the game. That's not it. All right, we go... Oh, man, we can't Superior, though. I have to... I think I have to go attach to the... We got to burn the trolley, that's for sure. So we go... Burn the trolley. Put the Gigas into play. Rumbling Engine for 3. We need Rare Candy, Baxcalibur. We got a couple things. Okay, so... This is just going to be an end turn. Unfortunately, that's just an end turn. They can't knock out my Wailord, which is hilarious. Obviously, if they have bosses, we lose the game, but we would have lost the game anyways. You know, they got their one bosses last turn. They don't get to get it again. Okay, those are the rules of PTCGL. Everything is fair. You Iono your opponent to 2 cards. They always have it. That's just how it goes. But as long as one Frigibax survives this turn, we are still in there. That is all I'm hoping for right now, is that one survives the turn. And hopefully they go for the one with the energy on it, because that would actually help me out immensely. Because I go Arven for Rare Candy, TM Evolution. And then I just have to use this. Oh, no. Okay. I mean, that's not a bosses, so that's good. We got the Night Stretcher. We got the Rare Candy. Okay. I would imagine they're gonna use Enstar Manitan most likely here, right? There's no way they don't. You go for the one with the energy on it. Yeah, come on. Go for the one with the energy on it. Hey, there we go. Okay. So I very much like to shuffle the deck. And, you know, prizing the Fezandipiti is not great. All right, I always forget about the Power Glass. I always launch my attack, take my prize card, then sort of peace out. And then the game just sort of yells at me, and I'm like, oh, right, I had to do that. Okay, so we want to go get the Baxcalibur. I don't think there's anything left for me to get from the deck. So let's play with our balls. There's a Varoom. We don't want the Varoom. We want the Super Rod and some Superiors. Did I already waste a Superior? I did not. Good. Okay. Let's go into you. And then Iono. We're going to get something playable. And we're going to win this game. Whoa. Okay. That's cool. So we have to go... Okay, hang on. Trust your palate has to think. Everybody, shut your butts. Trust your palate has to think here. And then I need... So we have Lana's Aid. We have 5 energy in the discard pile. Okay, so we have a Frigibax. We don't have... Oh, man. Okay, so I think I need the Wailmer. We have 2 Wailord. We have a Regigigas. I wish we didn't have the Regigigas. I think I have to go... For a whale, we have to, I think, go for the Wailmer. We need to Artazon for the Frigibax, just so we don't completely get our butts blown out here. And then we go Superior away the Varoom and the Nest Ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not currently in a position where we can win the game. Okay, 1. Okay, no, just click to place. Click to place. Okay, then we go done. Revavroom away the energy. Where the hell is the reversal? Okay. Yep. Having to burn more Superiors, not my finest decision. Okay, so I need, what, 3 more on this thing? That is really bad. So we're going to have to rely on our reversals here. So they copy the Reshiram, do 170. If we can get the other Superior, we're still kind of screwed. We did not get the other Superior. So we have 1 more Superior at our disposal and Lana's Aid. So we're down the Super Rod. We have 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Superior in the hand. This gonna get sketchy. This would have been a great situation for a Luxurious Cape, but I believe there's only 1 in the deck. I think one of the lists only had 1, and then some of the lists had 0. Because you gotta make some choices here. You gotta make some tough choices. But as long as I can just find the reversal, we'll be fine. Vicky, it's 8 water and 2 reversals. They're getting N's PP up, which is fine. If they poison their Zoroark, that doesn't really help them. Actually, that does help the math. That means I only need 5. Right? Hang on. Because I can do 260 for 5 energy. So if they poison, that'll be 2, because it's 10 coming into me and then 10 going into them. So yeah, if they end up poisoning their Zoroark, that just allows me to beat them off much easier. I do wish this Regigigas was not here. But it's like, if you don't play Regigigas, you can't beat Dragapult. So it's like you have 2 slots in your deck that are just kind of waste. What? What? Are they doing something crazy here? What's going on? Are they just realizing that they couldn't get the energy because Zoroark is a terrible deck and I will never admit that it's good even when it places in tournaments? We got the other Superior, so I think we win now. No, it's because they couldn't get another energy, right? So last turn, what'd they do? That was my turn. So they didn't get the energy that they needed, or maybe they realized the math and that they couldn't poison their Zoroark. But again, this is why the deck is terrible, is because you have these turns at the start of the game where you can't do anything, and then you have a turn where if you can't get... Oh, crap. Where if you can't get N's PP up, you're screwed. Okay, there's Lana's aid. That's great. I mean, I don't know what their plan is. I think what I have to do is Wailmer down, Lana's aid for what, 2 energy? Oh, hang on. I mean, I don't really need to press the issue though, right? Wait, what are they doing? Are they? Oh my god. There's no way. Okay, wait, what? I'm so confused. They still can't take the knockout even if they're going for the Darmanitan attack. Zoroark is alive, Vicky. I have faced Zoroark players of all skill levels. It is a terrible deck. I mean, the crazy thing is I wouldn't even have had to do too much that turn. Okay, so they're poisoned. I think we go for it. You know, you're facing off against a Zoroark player. I mean, do we go for it? I mean, realistically, what can they do next turn to screw me over? I don't think they can do anything. I don't think we're in any sort of danger here. You know, we're not Will Robinson. We're not in any sort of danger here. This is where you bait somebody. This is where you bait somebody and you give them the sad face and then you just go end turn. And then you're like, oh no, my deck can't do anything. Oh, I'm just a supple little boy. What am I going to do? So this is what you do. You give them false hope and they're like, oh, I'm going to win this game. Oh, we're going to have the biggest comeback in history. No, yeah, I am the danger. What is that what Breaking Bad says? Is that what Malcolm in the Middle's dad says? I am the danger. I watched Breaking Bad. I hated it, but I watched it. I suffered through it so I could tell people that, yes, I watched Breaking Bad. Okay, see, this is what you got to do. You got to let a Zoroark player think that they have the upper hand, and then you give them a lower handy. You know, they get the upper handy, you give them a lower handy. You know, maybe I'm being a little too crazy here, because if they realize it, they could use Backdraft to knock out a Regigigas or a Baxcalibur or something. And what's their Gus situation? So they're down 1 bosses. They've gotten their PP up a maximum amount of times. Okay. And then what do I do? If they just knock out the Regigigas, I think all I do, yeah. If they just knock out the Regigigas, then I just put the Wailmer down. But if they go for the Arctibax, then we have to be a little concerned. I think they're going for the Arctibax. So, well, actually, that's okay. Yeah, they're going for the Arctibax. That's okay. I kind of expected this to happen. So then all I have to do is put the Wailmer into play. Baxcalibur, a couple of energy. Okay, so there's an Arven. So we go Wailmer. I mean, they can definitely just bosses this and knock it out. With Ends Reshiram. Okay, we're fine. Let's go Revavroom, discard. Are we just never going to find what we need? Okay. I think it's an Arven turn. We have a superior. All right. We have to... Of course. Okay, and then I think this is a superior away the Baxcalibur and the Iono. Go get 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a plan here. Don't you worry. I have a very smart plan. I'm a very fart smella. 2, 3, 4, Wailord. And then they can retreat, which is concerning, but I think we go Night Stretcher for water energy. Okay. Most likely they're going to retreat and attack with this guy. I don't have a bosses. We're pretty much out of resources here. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess we go attach to the Wailord and then Jewel Breaker. So most likely what they're going to do is retreat into the other Zoroark. Ends Reshiram my Baxcalibur. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do nothing. It's a bold strategy. So they're going to bosses orders my Baxcalibur, knock out my Baxcalibur. They're going to be out of Gust cards. No, they don't play any Terras. So Regigigas, remember, Regigigas only boosts against Terras. So they're digging for their final, what I'm assuming would be their final bosses. Obviously, if they have Palpad, we're screwed. But I'm assuming... why did I see what was in their hand? I could have sworn I saw what card that was. Okay, so they got the bosses on the Baxcalibur. That is totally fine. I mean, I don't know what the holdup is. Wait, why are they going for the... Oh, they're going for the Swifty play. They're being a Taylor Swifty here. All right, do we have what we need to win? Oh, wait. What's happening? Oh my god, we lose. Because I took the turn to do nothing and they had the Palpad. Okay, so I should have put my foot on the gas. Instead, I put my foot in my butt. Oh man, we lose to the freaking Zoroark. Wait. Okay, hang on. Something interesting has occurred here. Something is afoot. Something interesting is afoot here. They forgot that their deck needs energy, I guess. They forgot that the deck requires energy. So I guess I win now because... Oh, we also don't have the energy we need. This is terrible. Okay. We can retreat. We can attack. We can do all the things. We can protect and we can attack. All right, we're fine. Everything is fine. I don't know why everyone over here is panicking. Okay, then we go reversal on this guy. And then I think we retreat because they're definitely out of Gust cards at this point. And then we go retreat. I won't put myself in that position again. We both have the same number of cards in our deck, but I will win if we don't lose. So they're in a situation where they have to Gust somebody. Yeah, they have boss again, but they're gonna whip their deck out. So that's the problem, is they're gonna have to whip their deck out to find the boss's hors d'oeuvres. Right, what did they put back? They Palpaded for... They have a freaking Iono, but that means they're not bossing. That means they're not using boss's orders this turn. Oh, I see what they've done. I see what they've done. Oh, we're going to lose now, aren't we? No, we win. Never mind. See, it was never in jeopardy. I was never worried about losing this game. Unless we don't top deck the one card that we need, then it was definitely in jeopardy. Okay, we got this. Thrilling finale. Thrilling finale time. We got this. So we don't have any energy. We have to top deck our superior here, or we lose. Oh no! Okay, hang on. 6 energy does it, right? So we go Revavroom because we have the superior in the deck. So we go Revavroom away the reversal and the superior for game. Oh man. If Zoroark didn't suck so much, we would never have won that game. But Zoroark is literally the worst deck ever made. If anybody tries to convince you differently, just link them this video. Like, oh, you think Zoroark is good? Trust your pilot is playing a freaking Wailord deck and won because Zoroark couldn't do anything for 2 turns. And Trust Your Pilot forgot to put in Luxurious Cape and prize the Fezandipiti as their last prize. And he still managed to win, and he still has the nicest feet. So make sure you type that in the comments and then email that to a friend. Or I guess for all you kids these days, you put it in a TikTok or something. I don't know what you kids are doing these days, but you got to do it because they have to witness that.